Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. This is a quick introduction to who I am. My name is Jamie from I'm Disturbance Media. We are a digital marketing agency that serves the real estate niche. And as you can tell from my accent and probably from my attire, it is a little bit cold. It is Wednesday, the 26th of Jan. I set a goal to start my YouTube channel by the end of Jan, so we are there just. I have procrastinated all month and now we are finally here. I started my digital marketing agency back in July of 2020. Now, lockdown came, you know, the big thing that's happening in the world. I didn't rest on my laurels. I didn't go and watch YouTube like the rest of everyone else. I went to work. I was already Gary Vee. Go and check out Gary Vee. If anyone wants to start something, go and watch Trash Talk from Gary Vee. He kind of taught me, you know, I've been watching Gary Vee, I've got many of his books here and we'll come to those in a moment, how to just get out and graft. And that is at the very bottom level of taking £100, going to a car boot sale or garage sale for the American viewers watching and flipping it. And I did exactly that, and I will show you my Instagram, if I can pop up the photos here, of my very first flip. I managed to turn £100, I think I managed to turn that into £270. Of course, then when everything went wrong in the world, I then was like, how do I buy and sell online as opposed to, you know, going to a garage sale or car boot sale as we call them. And essentially it started from there. I then looked into drop shipping. How do I buy and sell online? And I was like, right, I need to do something. I need to kind of use this time. I got furloughed from my job. And I was like, right, I'm gonna go to work. I'm gonna work this out. You know, for a lot of people, and understandably so, everything that happened in the world was a really bad thing, but it was the best thing ever to happen to me. So I started drop shipping. I got into some Facebook groups. I discovered the UK guy on YouTube, and then, you know, and maybe I will be the UK YouTube guy for a lot of people in the social media marketing space. Okay. I'm putting my stake in the ground, I'm putting down my flag. I am going to be the first digital marketing agency owner to get to 100k per month without owning a Rolex watch. I'm Apple Watch gang till I die. If you're here for wanting to know how to earn a lot of money without giving back, then this is not the channel for you. And I'm going to go into kind of the things that make you a successful business owner. And one of the things is that you have to care. If you want to just earn money, you don't really care about your clients, you're not going to last very long in this business. Their goals become your goals rather. But yeah, to go back to the thing that happened in the world, then started drop shipping. I bought a course, that got over my fear of buying a course, and then very quickly scaled a store to I think around 7k. Again, I'll put up some proof here. What then happened was you know, you're buying and selling items from AliExpress, but what I also did was notice trends because of this software that I use. I noticed trends in the UK market. Hand wash because of everything happening in the world, hair clippers because we were all on lockdown. I was able then to go down to Boots the Chemist and Superdrug and all of these places in affluent areas like Kensington, Chelsea, Hampstead, and buy up all of the hair clippers and double and triple my money. So I started to understand this and big up Alex Hormozi. It's called a starving audience. You can, when something like that is in need, make a lot of money very quickly. So not only did I start to build up my dropshipping store, I also was buying and selling stuff within the UK. I very quickly learned that everything in B&M, they don't have an online store. If I had a car, I could make so much more money. There's a LED coffee table that sells regularly for £150 and it goes for £250 and you can make £100 profit on each one. Obviously the postage is quite expensive because it's a heavy item. But yeah, I very quickly learned like, oh my God, like I'm never going to be broke again. So there, I just learned how to make money, but I wasn't passionate about it. It was great learning the business, finding out exactly how everything worked. But I was like, I can do more. I can do something that's a bit more aligned, you know, a bit more people focused because it's very much copy and paste behind the scenes. You know, you basically snipe other drop shippers, so you just go and undercut them basically, and you make your listing more detailed than theirs. and it's just consistency. And once you start selling regularly, then you go up the rankings, and then you start getting sales regularly. I was selling Zoflora, I was selling Lenore, I was selling Ferrero Rocher, all sorts of weird and wonderful things, because there was a market for it. And once you understand the market, and again a starving audience where people want hand wash, and I was going to Asda and buying loads of hand wash, and again I will put up some pictures here of the kind of stuff that I was selling. Then I'd built up 7k minimum, and I was getting like income regularly, and I was like, right, I'm gonna now pivot. And then I started to, and this is maybe what you're doing at the moment, is started to research other ways of making money online, and digital marketing is something that had come up time and time again. I had this great idea to start an allergy tablet, and the way that you sell it, and that's why I'm in business, is to finance another project basically. But yeah, I wanted to chat today just about how I got into social media marketing, and how I very quickly, within the space of kind of back in July 2020, very quickly went out and got some trial clients. And that's what I advise anyone to do. If you are just starting out and you are seeing this and wanting to know where to start, go out and get some trial clients. Once you've learned the basics of advertising and Facebook ads and the back end and stuff, give your services away for free. The experience is worth its weight in gold, because you learn from every single campaign you do what works well, why some people get results and some people don't. You're not going to be able to get results for everyone. As soon as you realise that, the better. And as long as you are upfront and honest, then the majority of people that you work with, you will be able to get great results. You learn, you then systemize, and then kind of replicate. So yeah, what did it take for me to become a 6-figure business owner? First and foremost, create environment. Very quickly, after going through lots of different niches, getting shiny object syndrome, I very quickly started to serve the aesthetic industry. I hit my first 5k month by, I think, July, August, September, October. I think within 3 or 4 months, I'm right on the cusp of the 3 months, I hit my first 5k month doing aesthetic clinics and personal trainers and basically anyone who would pay me. And this is what you're going to learn, is not all money is good money. Everyone says it, but at the beginning you literally don't know where to start. You get into these groups, you see other people smashing it, you get shiny object syndrome. And what you do then is you go, right, oh, how did you get those results? Oh, tell me what you're doing. And then you go, right, I'm going to go after that. Then you go in that direction, and then you go in this direction, and you never ever really make progress because you're constantly changing your niche.
Not yet. Aren't there yet. Not yet. Aren't there yet. Not yet.
That is the biggest thing I learned. Pick something you care about. So for me, and you'll quickly learn on this, and this is something I'm going to reference throughout my whole YouTube channel, is these two boys here, my sons, Albert and Sydney. It is my dream, and it was my dream when we were a family, to be able to move to Florida and live in the sunshine, essentially. That is still my dream, and that is something that is going to happen. And so I was like, right, what do I really care about? So November 2020, from July, August, September, October, I had 6 clients, and it was 5k per month I got to. Lockdown 2 comes, November, and all of the aesthetic clinics shut. So therefore I'm back to square one, goes straight to zero. And then what happens in December and January is when I then start creating the right environment. I learned that, why am I going this way, going that way, and not making any leeway? And it was this shiny object syndrome. I didn't stick to one thing and go for it. Because you just want to earn money, and you're happy to take money from anyone that will pay you. You're inboxing all sorts of businesses. The thing is, when you do lots of different businesses, you then have to learn the pain points. You have to then go and look at the market. You then have to go and see what is working, what is not working, what the language is, what the problem you solve is. And what that does, it is a lot of work. Rather than doing it once and then systemizing it and getting great results, that's when you niche down. So my desire to get these two to Florida is my goal. Again, it will be happening, to allow my children to come out of school and have the opportunity to do whatever they like, to have the financial security for generational wealth. I want to make sure that these two don't have to work unless they want to. And, you know, my dad was a business owner. I worked with him kind of intermittently. I didn't really have the work ethic then, but I just want them to be able to come to me. They're never going to be jobless. They're never going to be homeless. They're never going to have to go through the struggles that I did. And it's so interesting at how our kind of trauma allows us, or, you know, like Florida, for example, I'm very aware, and the fact that I'm a brand whore, I'm very aware that my love of brands come to the fact that I was given high tech as a kid and everyone else got Nike. So when I was old enough to make my own decisions, I was like, I'm going to wear what I want. I'm going to have a Burberry scarf and have Ralph Lauren everything. And, you know, and you probably say, well, why don't you want a Rolex then? That's, again, different trauma of where I bought lots of Rolexes, not being in the best financial position, where my dad passed away. As a memento, I bought two sports watches. They were supposed to go to the boys, a watch for me and a watch for my then wife, and Cartier rings. And, you know, in hindsight, that was completely the wrong move, because it wasn't a particularly happy relationship, and our way of, you know, kind of dealing with that was just buying stuff, going on holiday. And because I didn't go on holiday to Florida as a kid, coming back to my original point, I then was like, right, we're going to go to Florida every year that we can. I couldn't quite afford to do that. I got myself into a lot of debt, which I'm now in the process of paying off. So, you know, and that's the beauty of becoming a business owner, is that you can pay large chunks of it off, and you can leverage yourself into a position where you don't have to worry about money. And that is one of the biggest things I'm going to recommend, you know, creating the right environment, becoming the right person. You know, I learned very quickly between when I lost all of my clients in November to hitting my first 10K month, going from 0 to 10K at the end of January 2021, what I did. So I literally meditated. I literally planned. I was like, right, for me to hit 10K a month, I need to outreach this many people, and I need to get this many appointments. And, you know, I really honed in on who I am, what I want to do, who I want to help, and I started to attract those people into my business. Instead of being reactionary the whole time, I really took the creating the right environment. I ordered this, so I felt like a business owner. I had these from when I did a podcast previously, and you can also see that on this YouTube channel. I, you know, invested in these. I invested in Hue lighting. I invested in my office setup. You have to for you to become a business owner, you have to invest in yourself. For you to feel like a business owner and become a business owner, you have to invest in yourself. I've got a lovely Apple keyboard and an Apple mouse, as opposed to, you know, a normal one.
That's nice.
I got some from work back then, and, you know, it didn't feel right. So creating the right environment 100% works. So for you to get really serious on who you are, what you want to become, and, you know, that always evolves. And what you get is you get your worst case scenario, not your wildest dreams. So you just have to constantly level up out of your overdraft, 0, £500, £1,000, 5k. Then when you start to get to a point where you've got 5k in your account, you start to get worried. You're like, shit, how am I going to pay staff? How am I going to do this? How am I going to do that? And of course, then that's then your bottom line, because you've got these outgoings. And you'll learn that when you become when you start to scale your business and you start to bring on staff and systems and softwares and stuff, that, you know, these things all add up to the point that whilst you're earning a lot more money is also going out, and you have to take that into consideration. You know, when you see 100k per month, nobody is taking home 100k a month. Nobody is even taking home most of my 10k. That's when I started to, once I hit 10k, that's when I brought on a media buyer, that's when I brought on VAs. And again, we're going to be going on to that, where to find a VA, all of the stuff that you're going to need to know to become, a successful business owner. And that really came from becoming the right person. I'm going to give you 3 book recommendations that really helped me become the right person. First one is Miracle Morning. That in itself I started in 2017. I started to get up early, I started to lose weight, I started to change my life, started to read books, and I recommend to read as many personal development books. They will start kind of shaping your mindset. You will start to learn more about what is holding you back. You'll become more self-aware. You'll start to draw those correlations of maybe why you aren't where you need to be or where you want to be, and how you are holding yourself back. That's what I really became laser focused on. So I started meditating, I started planning, I started to, really care about what I was doing. No longer did I just want to earn money from it, I really wanted to help people. That's when I started, number 3 is pick something you care about. So by picking something you care about, you will never get old of what you're doing. So because I want to move to Florida and make sure that these kids can come with me when they are later on in life and can make decisions for themselves, I want there to be a lovely home, rooms for them, pool, hot tub, so they can, I want to live where people vacation or holiday. So by me deciding on real estate, I was like, right, if I'm going to go and live in Florida, I'm going to serve as many Floridian realtors and brokerages as possible. I'm going to get a great deal on a home, no matter where I lay my hat. Orlando is the obvious choice. We've been there before. There's lovely shopping. You got Disney and all of the other fun stuff. But since serving as many Floridian realtors, maybe by the sea. But that's again something that I aim to do. That is, I was hoping to be able to go by spring this year. Obviously, I want to be around for the kids. I've just noticed that my passport is out of date, so I'm currently in the process of getting that renewed. And the flights are dirt cheap. And I was like, right, I'm going to go and do a recce. I'm going to go and stay out there for a month. Take my partner with me. And then I was like, oh, I can't. I've got no passport. Oh, no. So yeah, I'm in the process of getting that renewed. So pick a niche. Pick something you care about. Real estate in Florida for me, but however, because we've got great results, we've got referrals, now we've got 5 clients in Canada, for example. We're up to 23 clients now, so we're at I'm not going to say, because a lot of people, that's all people want to know, well, where are you at monthly recurring income? This channel is about growing to 100k per month without having to buy a Rolex watch or without wanting to buy a Rolex watch. But yeah, pick a niche, create systems and scale. So at the moment I have just taken on a coach. He is also on YouTube. I am really enjoying working with him because he is a little bit further along than I am. He's got great systems in place. He does great training with his staff, and I am learning how to, become a, 7-figure business owner. Because that's where I really want to get to. 100k per month, not own a Rolex, place in Florida, financial stability for my kids when they come out of school, not to have to worry about anything. Number 5 is to care. If you are getting into the social media marketing game because you just want to earn money, fair enough, everyone gets in it for money. You can charge, instead of being paid by your employer £3,000 a month, you can have 23 clients that pay $1,500 a month minimum. Anywhere from 1,500 to 3k, depending on the level of service. Therefore, you create systems. All I do, 85% of my time is prospecting, and 15% is setting the client system up. Once I put that client into the system, my team takes over, and I can go back to doing sales calls. So yeah, I know I've taken the scenic route. I just wanted to give you a brief, overview of who I am. So becoming a 6-figure business owner, creating the right environment, becoming the right person, pick something you care about, pick a niche, create systems and scale. Because once you've figured it out once, you just have to test it in different markets and it works. And then all of the ad copy is the same, all of the systems are the same, everything is the same. You just replicate it and you learn from every single client. What worked well, what didn't work well, right? So let's tweak this and tweak that. And then once you start paying other people for their time, I recognize the importance of that. Every time I get, a large chunk of money, how can I reinvest this? What can I do to get better client results? And I'm always looking to grow. And I just talk to my clients and find out what their goals are. Where do you want to be in 12 months' time? How can we help you get there? You have to care. Because once you start to care about other people's goals and helping them hit their goals, you will naturally hit your goal. One doesn't come without the other. And that's what a lot of people do. They just think, right, I want to get to 10k a month. You get to 10k a month. If you don't care, you're not going to retain customers. You know, if you're there just to give lip service and do the bare minimum, and just to, you know, get that 10k every month and not really care about your client, you're not going to be in business for very long. You have to work out what your client's problems are and help them solve them. You know, and client acquisition for real estate professionals is the biggest, you know, thing. If you could, so we're in a process of trying to work out what, you know, what works for sellers, because at the moment the world and its mother all want sellers. But what we've worked out is sellers also need somewhere to move to. So what we do is we then just look for buyers, qualify them on the back end. Most of them, 60% of the people that we look for, own a home. So you can get double bubble. But anyway, that's my first video. Thank you so much for joining me. I really look forward. Hit the like button, the subscribe button, and all of that other jazz. Yeah, and follow me on my journey, because I'm going to be doing cold calls. I'm going to be sharing with you the systems that I have, what works for me, experience of what it takes to become a six-figure business owner. You know, because you can see all of the Lamborghinis and everyone's in Dubai, you know, which is great, you know, tax-free, and that's another thing that you'll take into consideration as you grow your business. That, you know, but first things first. You know, it's about client acquisition. How can you get your first client? And that is what I'm gonna cover in the next video. Today was just about the foundations. Who's the person that you need to become for you to start attracting people like you? Because you get who you are, not what you want. So if you're not willing to invest in yourself, don't expect other people to invest in you. Unless you're willing to invest in a coach or in a course, and you have and that is the biggest paradigm shift you have to go on when you become a business owner, is that to escape the employee mindset that money is scarce and you only get what you get, and I can't afford this and can't. You have to go through this paradigm shift of becoming an employee to a business owner, and it's difficult. I'm not going to lie. You know, I was running my business alongside my job from July, August, September, October, November, December, January, February, March, April, May. 10 months. But when I took that leap of faith, and you know, I was in a position where I said to the universe, and that's another thing, you're going to hear a lot about the universe. So I work in you may not believe it, but for me 100% works. And I'll teach you also how to leverage the universe if you want to learn how to really use the law of attraction. 100% wouldn't be where I am right now without tapping into that. Some people call it God, I call it the universe. Yeah, I wouldn't be there. I wouldn't be where I am today without it. And you probably think, right, that's enough for me. I've got to go. But it honestly works. And some people will talk about it, others won't. But once you get in alignment with who you are, what you want to become, you can only get what it is you want. Hence why I'm putting it out there. My stake is in the ground, 100k per month without owning a Rolex watch. These two, Florida. The end. You know. And I'm going to do that by helping other people. So very, very different kind of SMMA video. I just wanted to lay the foundations of what you can expect on this channel. Just a quick introduction of who I am. But yeah, create the right environment, becoming the right person, pick something you care about, pick a niche, systemize and scale, and care. Thank you so much. My name's Jamie from I'm Disturbance Media, and I'll see you next time. Take care and ciao for now.